He's like, I'm not just sending you a letter, I'm sending you a person with the letter. If you have questions about the letter, he'll know what the answers are. If you want to know where I'm coming from or what the standard message of a certain line is, this man, Tychius, he's coming with the letter. He's going to be a member, a part of your church. He's going to come in and he's going to help you understand the teachings that I've given in this letter. And he says, and Onesimus, and now we know some stuff about Onesimus. He's a runaway slave. Paul writes a letter to Philemon's house and says, hey, I know he ran out of your house, but I'm going to send him back to you. But let me tell you, he's a fellow member of Christ, just like me and you are. But he's sending Onesimus because he's saying Onesimus, who's probably on his way back to Philemon's house, right? He's there and he says, he's one of your people. He's from your area. He's from your region of Turkey. He knows you. He looks like you. He talks like you. He understands what it means to be in your city. I'm sending him, and he's going to give you some relatable parts from that area. And he says, then there's greetings from Aristarchus and Mark. And he says, these guys are going to remain with me, but they're helping me in my ministry so that I can help you better. We're the home office of this thing from my prison cell, right? This is what we're doing. And he says, and don't forget Barnabas, who's Mark and Barnabas, who's Mark's cousin. Remember him? He's the great encourager. There's an encourager in your area right now that if your church needs encouragement, make sure you get a hold of Barnabas. He can come and encourage you. He can come and do these things with you. He says, don't forget Epaphras, the guy who brought you the gospel, who shared it with you that day when you prayed and started this church. That man, he is praying day and night for that entire area as he travels around. He's praying for you. You can always count on his prayers, that he is wrestling to do that. Then he mentions Luke, right? The doctor, Luke, right? Who wrote the book, Luke. Might as well be telling them the president of the United States sends his greetings to them, right? This is a guy who's like, oh, we know his name, Luke, right? We know who you're talking about. So he's giving them not just, hey, you're running a gambit. You got Onesimus, who's a slave among you, and you got Luke, who's also supporting you. There's such a wide range of different people that Paul is making sure that they know they have connections to. And he says, don't forget, your church isn't even alone. There's a church in Laodicea. There's Nympha's house. And what they're doing in their church, they have churches all around you. You're already part of a network. You were never alone, and you'll never be alone.